February 7th, 2022. I came home earlier and Lou tells Lynn that there's a yellow light on the Alexa, which means that it's listening.
The pronoun
So,
that is usually
Alexa,
defined
stop.
is used to indicate.
So, to unplug them and not to leave them plugged in. So, Lynn went into both rooms, unplugged both of them, and she's like, don't plug them in for the rest of the day. They're listening. Lou told me they're listening. I'm like, right, yeah, okay. I mean, it's a voice activated device. You didn't think of that before? So then I decided at dinner, it was just the two of them, my son and myself. I said, speaking of which, I was like, did I ever tell you about the time? I was like, I was out with Tia Frio. I was like, we didn't drive. I was like, and I was busy sitting. I think it was like a sports bar, like, I don't know, some kind of like bar setting. I was like, and I was sitting at a table. I was busy talking to somebody. I was like, and all of a sudden, I was like, I got some kind of, like, I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I was like, it just, but it was really bothering me. So then, whoever I was speaking with said I should probably, asked who I was there with. So I said, Tia Frio. And so he's like, why don't you go tell him what just happened, see what he says. I'm like, all right. So I went over, I'm like, Tia Frio. I was like, listen, I was like, I was just sitting over there. I was like, and I got, like, I felt like I got stabbed or something. Like, it just, all of a sudden, it just hurts. Like, I mean, I was thinking, like, it was my bra. I don't know. So, like, so what do you want me to do about it? Because that's just how wonderful of a person he is. And so I think the guy behind him said something about, like, could it have been a needle, or do you think it could have been, or something along those lines. And I'm like, a needle? I was like, and then somebody else was like, you don't get out much, do you? I'm like, no, I don't. So Lou all of a sudden flies off the handle. He's like, well, did you, like, take him to the bathroom and ask him to, like, look? And I was like, what? I was like, if it's a needle, Lewis, it doesn't leave a mark unless you're, like, at a pathological autopsy with, like, a microfine glass. I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna see a hole underneath my bra strap. Kind of like a stupid thing to even ask or suggest. And so he's like, maybe it was a spider bite. Like, spider bite? I was like, do you even hear yourself? I mean, it is just so frustrating being their kid. Um, and then I said, and then another time, I was like, I was in the house, and I had my friend from work who stopped by, but he had this bunch of friends over. I was like, and there was like one can of beer left in the fridge, but I think it was open. But I asked, and I don't know, one of the people said that they decided not to drink it and they put it back. And then I took a couple sips, then I didn't feel good, and then I went to go lay down. I was in my house, no less. And then that was one where I couldn't get up, like, for 3 days afterwards, and it was almost like a paralytic, because I think the girl Sarah came in to check on me, and she was gathering my shoes, which were really weird. She was taking my shoes out of the closet. I did not know why. But I couldn't move. Like, I think my eyes opened, but I couldn't move my body. I don't even know if I was able to formulate words because I was, like, paralyzed. And then 2 days after, I could barely move. So I tell Lynn and Lou this story, and they're just like, and I was like, but that was when I was in Ronkonkoma before we left. And they're just like, whatever. So Lou's freaking out about spider bites. I'm like, alright, whatever that means. Um, but I'm like, and then I'm thinking back to, I didn't tell them, but I'm thinking back to Mexico. When I went to Mexico, Cancun, in 97, 98. um, we were at some place, one of the local places, Maria and I, and we had roommates. We had a roommate from Ohio that flew in. We were meeting them there because we had to pay for a double room, but whatever. We didn't have money. That's what college kids did then, I think. Um, but what happened was, the girl wound up getting drugged in Mexico, which was really bizarre. Again, more things I had never heard of before. Um, but again, that was like, I guess you say an exotic country, like compared to New York. I mean, in retrospect, after like getting hit with needles in public and whatnot, it doesn't seem that far off of like where I am now, but back then, it seemed like a big deal. Um, I don't know. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxies, broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.